I'm watching these preseason highlights. I'm like, is this real? I tweeted out, I was like, this is more shocking than that Bigfoot video. So it was not that long ago, Kevin. So at some point during the off season, we played our very famous game.
That's true.
True. That might be true. Or that's ridiculous.
You forget the name for a second?
And you almost laughed me off the show.
What happened? What did I laugh about?
You almost laughed me off the show. Even though I'm just the host of that show, like a game show host, I'm not presenting all those statements necessarily as things I believe, but you took it that way. And you said, and I quote, "That's ridiculous," and laughed me off of this show when I said Ben Simmons could return to all-star form. Would you like to amend all these months later to "that might be true"?
That might be true.
This son of a bitch is diving on the floor. He's throwing no looks. Him and Mikal Bridges are like running together. He's locking people up. He's flying. I mean, I'm watching these preseason highlights. I'm like, is this real? I tweeted out, I was like, this is more shocking than that Bigfoot video.
Oh, yeah.
Watching him diving on the floor in a preseason game. I'm like, who is this guy? Ben Simmons out of nowhere. Fadeaways.
I know. Well, he shot it with his offhand too.
What is going on? What is going on? Are we seeing the Ben Simmons renaissance? I mean, he was left for dead. And now, like, obviously he's got a massive contract. It's going to be hard to live up to it. But either this dude has got it's either I'm going to be honest with you. It's not like I've gone out of my way and watched a Nets preseason game. So we could be falling into amazing mixtape territory, right? Where you watch the high school or college kid and it's literally the 10 best plays he's ever made in his life and you didn't see everything else that happened. But his preseason mixtape is unbelievable. Ben Simmons right now. I kind of, just watching that, I'm starting to believe.
That might be true. It might be true that he returns because the aggression on defense is there. Like we'll see how he holds up over the course of a full season when it comes to defending man to man. Can he continue to be a lockdown guy on ball for the full duration of the season? That's going to be the big question mark.
When he was at his
awesome.
peak,
yes.
He's as good a defender as there is in the league.
100% true. And like you pair him next to Mikal Bridges, if you have those two guys together on defense, they could be such a formidable combination on the perimeter. Add in Nick Claxton, one of the best interior shot blockers, switch defenders in the entire league. I had him on my all-defensive second team last year. I thought he should have made it. You have those three guys, Claxton, Bridges, Simmons. If you get them together, add in Finney-Smith and some of the other good guys that they have on their team, like they could have a great defense. But Simmons, yeah, he definitely looks better. I hope he stays healthy. It would be a great story if he's able to return to form. I wish he switched shooting hands during his break. That's my only disappointment in all of this. But at least he hit the offhand lefty fadeaway.
Before it all went to hell, really, with that Atlanta series that year, that every once in a while. It's more often than every once in a while. They had the Kawhi Toronto Philly game. They replay that a lot on NBA TV or other channels. And like I've just run across it like 2 times in the last year. And if you ever stop and watch it and you watch him guarding Kawhi, you realize Kawhi was getting 30, but he was doing it on 30 something shots. I mean, He is so good. He's so good.
Made it tough on him.
And it's like, geez, man, what happened? Like it just a couple of disastrous years, but maybe he'll be able to, it'd be a cool story if he gets it all back and he can become whatever player he was going to become before he became the butt of so many jokes. Because he doesn't look like a joke. He doesn't look like a joke, at least in the preseason.
That game, I just pulled it up. Kawhi had 41 points on 39 shots.
I mean, it's incredible.
Ben Simmons played 42 minutes in that game. Like, obviously, off the top of our heads, we don't know how many possessions he had on Kawhi, but I remember it being a lot of those plays.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he could always take the other team's best player.
Yep.
He could guard him. 1 through 5. He could guard him. He's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Simmons, like you got to give him credit. Like he was a terrible defender at LSU. He was awful for a guy with his dimensions and size and quickness. But it turns out it's just he just didn't care about college. He just wasn't trying. But like what he became with the Sixers as a defensive player, he deserves a lot of credit for that.